Hi, my name is Consuelo Matos. I am in Mrs. Sephoria Smith's ED 216 class. I will be reading the wonderful book called Kitten's First Full Moon by Kevin Hankins. I chose this book because it is a wonderful story that will appeal to the students because within its words the author has intertwined movement and excitement with wonderful illustrations. Plus, it is filled with verbs and nouns, which is what we will concentrate on in this lesson. This lesson is intended for second graders and also for English language learners. On the word wall, I have color-coded the nouns and the verbs, and this will help the students distinguish between the nouns and the verb, and this will also aid the English language learners into distinguishing which are the verbs and which are the nouns. This lesson satisfies the Maryland Standard 5.0 controlling language. Students will identify and use grammar concepts and skills that strengthen oral and written language. They will identify and use various parts of speech such as nouns and verbs and use them in sentences. For comprehension, I will be asking students questions along the way. I will also explain to the students that a verb is an action word and a noun is a word that describes a person, a place, or a thing. I will be giving the students index cards explaining what a noun is and what a verb is, and the nouns will be in red and the verbs will be in purple, which will make it easier for the students and for the ELL students. I will also be handing out Xeroxed copies of the story so that as I am reading the story, I will be pointing out the nouns and the verbs, and the students can go on highlighting the verbs in purple and the nouns in red. Students can also refer to the word wall. So I will start reading the story to them. It was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, "There's a little bowl of milk in the sky," and she wanted it. So you can see that the nouns are highlighted in red and the verbs are highlighted in purple. So she closed her eyes and stretched her neck and opened her mouth and licked. So closed, stretched, open, and licked are verbs, and the eyes, neck, and mouth words are nouns. But Kitten only tumbled, bumping her nose and banging her ear and pinching her tail. Poor Kitten! So as I am reading the rest of the story, the students can refer to the word wall. Since it is color-coded, it will make it easier for them to know which are the nouns and which are the verbs. After I have read the story, the students can use index cards with the nouns and the verbs and build sentences. For example, the kitten wiggled because, and then they could think of what else to add to the sentence: because she was hungry, because she was cold, because she couldn't get through the door. Also, they could use descriptive words. For example, instead of wiggled, they could put the kitten was sad because she could not get a bowl of milk, or the kitten was wet because she had just jumped into the pond. So they could write many sentences and come up with wonderful sentences and use their imagination using the nouns and the verbs in the story. As an extension to this lesson, I will give the students a worksheet and they have to find the verbs and the nouns in the story with clues provided. I will also give the students a worksheet in which they will have to fill in the missing noun or verb to complete the sentences, and these two worksheets will be related to the book just read. This lesson can also be adapted to any other book, and this wonderful book also comes in Spanish. La primera luna llena de gatita. I hope you enjoyed my lesson on verbs and nouns. Don't forget to pick up this wonderful book to read to your class because it lends itself to so many other lessons.